Athletic Center. Maple Leaf Gardens, USA against Canada. GLOBL Jam 2023. The University of Kentucky here tonight, representing the United States. The starting five. USA won yesterday against Germany by a final score of 81-73. Different starting lineup. Reeves Sheppard is in, the son of Jeff Sheppard, who played at the University of Kentucky, and Rob Dillingham is in the starting lineup. Taking out of the starting lineup DJ Wagner as well as Justin Edwards. Remember, just moving players in and out with this top recruiting class for Kentucky. For the Canadian team, the identical starting five here this evening as they blew out BAL Select yesterday by a final score of 88-62 as we send it over to the third member of our broadcast team, Savannah Hamilton.
Matt, today is all about protecting home court, especially against the United States. And Addison Patterson was not afraid to tell me that they feel like they are just as evenly matched up with Team USA as they are with the Canadian talent that they have. They understand that Coach Cal is a very talented coach, but they really do believe in themselves and know that they just stick to the game plan and let the game come to them, that they'll be in great shape tonight. Guys?
All right, looking forward to it. Reed Scott representing Canada, the crew chief. Jackson James, also from Canada, and Crystal Apolenis from the United States. And Thomas Kennedy, the all-time leading scorer of the history of the University of Windsor, to jump center against Adu Fierro. And Canada comes away with the opening tip. Tynes, Dillingham on the ball. Tynes looks on the inside of the pass, stolen away. Dillingham quickly into the front court. Tynes led the NCAA last year in steals with 98. Dillingham. Tynes right there on the switch. Sheppard loses it. Ellen Tynes attacking. Denied on the inside by Mitchell. It's going to be Canada ball.
Speaking of steals, as you mentioned, leading the NCAA, he got a steal right there. Quick hands, getting it out, getting the Canada team an opportunity on the offensive end from the defense.
Great crowd on hand for both the men's and women's. Kentucky bringing so many fans with 2 busloads.
Kentucky's going to have their hands full. As you see, Canada's getting back, they're showing bodies, but they're going to have to guard the shooting from Mallet, doing a good job of moving without the basketball.
Marko Malicic with the bucket. On the inside, Trey Mitchell lays it up and through. Grad transfer to West Virginia. Played well yesterday against Germany. Here's Kellen Tynes, who plays at the University of Maine, lanes it up and through.
I like what he's doing, getting to the basket, pressuring up the ball.
Dillingham able to get to the bucket and kisses it off the glass.
And he's not bashful at all. He likes to squirt a basketball. Tyne is pressuring him, but Dillingham has a nice handle, and he's not going to get distracted.
Malicic and Nate Mitchell, the head coach in Canada, wanted a call, thought that Reeves Sheppard got his elbow. Fierro gives it up. Here's Reeves with the runner. Both of these teams will get up and down, and they both will apply ball pressure.
They definitely will get up and down, have their offense as a secondary offense, and they will execute.
Pass stolen away. Reeves Sheppard. Lead pass, Dillingham. Shot doesn't go, but a foul.
If you're Canada, Matt, you cannot turn the basketball over. This Kentucky team thrives off of turnovers, quickening the pace and making sure they get easy buckets. And you see right there, you have to take care of the basketball and not allow easy opportunities.
Nate Mitchell, an assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks. the head coach for the second consecutive year for the U23 Team Canada team. And John Calipari, in his 15th season, guiding the University of Kentucky, won a title in 2012. And NBA players, multiple drafted, 16 consecutive seasons going back to his time at the University of Memphis, where he turned that program around with DJ Wagner's father. Miletich with a shot doesn't go. Juwan Wagner. Mitchell trying to come away with it and does. Big presence on the inside. Patterson denied. Here's Sheppard. He can shoot it. Three doesn't go, and Kennedy clears it.
And Canada can hurt Kentucky in the offensive glass with their lack of size, but they just have to finish.
Here's Thomas Kennedy. What a move.
And how tough was that? On the move, flying down the court, on the catch. Sometimes you don't want to give him the ball that early, but he did a nice job of recovering and finishing.
Dillingham gives it to Fierro. Trying to attack Thomas Kennedy, who takes it away. Kennedy to Jameel Telfort. He's transferring to Butler. Tynes up top. Driving on Dillingham. Dillingham staying with them, but commits the foul. Count it, and one. Tied at 8 with 6:40 left here in this opening quarter. Canada, USA. The semifinal defeated Canada, who was undefeated up to that point. Led by Keontae George, who had 37 points. One and done at Baylor University. The Big 12 Freshman Player of the Year was selected in the first round. 16th overall by the Utah Jazz. 93-87 USA over Canada. This is round robin action. Format has changed this year. Round robin after 2 days carries over to Saturday, and then the top 2 teams in the standings will meet for the gold medal. Sheppard gets it back from Fierro. Here's Dillingham. 7 on the clock. Reeves attacking off the glass, and he was impressive yesterday. Antonio Reeves entered the NBA draft and then pulled his name out at the deadline. Transfer out of Illinois State to Simeon High School in Chicago. Under 10 of the clock as Kennedy sends it to Jameel Telfort.
And you can just see how calm and collected that Reeves is when he's going to the basket, whether it's the shot clock going down. He knows where he's going to get to his spot and get his shot off.
Mahi's going to check in. Warnholtz in. Miletich out along with Tynes. You really like the way Aiden Warnholtz played yesterday.
I do. He's really controlled the game, managed the game, took his chances, and picked his spots nicely.
Sheppard gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell, shot goes. Mitchell and Reeves are going to be so important for Kentucky throughout the course of their regular season.
They are, with their experience and their ability. The young players just have to make sure they buy in and listen.
Mahi, nice move. Telfort found him as a little bit late, but Mahi able with that matchup to take advantage of it.
It's funny, you see the coach's reaction because you see it from our angle wide open, but just a late, but he still took advantage.
USA by 2. Dillingham under 10 of the clock. Here's Sheppard, the 3, good. Reed Sheppard knocks it down.
And I love what he does. Yesterday, his game was not predicated off of making shots. And tonight he comes back and he's making shots, putting it all together.
A lot of the little things yesterday. All those winning plays. Here's Mahi, steps into it. Mahi knocks it down. He's currently being recruited by Santa Clara as well as Arizona State. It's been a season at West Valley College in California. Their top scorer. Played exceptionally well yesterday. Here's Sheppard again. He's knocked down. Back-to-back threes, and the recognition to go back to him is key with this new group at Kentucky.
Good job by Dillingham, and you see the defense. Kentucky likes to trap randomly, play random style basketball.
Mahi, power move. Batted around. Mitchell comes away with it. Over to Sheppard. So we head to the 4-minute mark here of this opening quarter. Kentucky representing the U.S. What a great event here, GLOBL Jam in Toronto. Dillingham up fake, steps into the circle. Left wing, Gray, rack it up. Reeves knocks it down. It's something that Kentucky has talked about despite all the newcomers, their unselfishness, and they're willing to share.
Sharing the basketball is huge, Matt. When you have new relationships and new faces, making sure everyone's on the same page.
Sheppard knocks it down. He has 2 of their 3 made threes. There's Reeves. USA up by 9. Germany 1-1, and BAL Select 0-2, and the Kentucky fans getting into it here. Joel Brown in pressure. Mitchell with the denial, gets it back. Mahi looks to make a move, and a collision. Canada gets it back. Warnholtz, and he's fouled. And Warnholtz is going to go to the free throw line. It's on Rob Dillingham. That's going to be his second. Here comes DJ Wagner checking in. And Justin Edwards. 2 of the #1 rated recruiting class for Kentucky. Warnholtz will head to the free throw line. So Wagner, Sheppard, Mitchell, Reeves, and Edwards.
The Keg, proud partner of Canada Basketball and GLOBL Jam.
And Warnholtz able to get both.
See Coach Cal shaking things up a bit, bringing DJ Wagner and Edwards off the bench, but just trying to figure lineups out, trying to figure out what you do, and that's a luxury when you have young, talented players and getting out to the lead they got out to.
And keeping Mitchell and Reeves on the floor with the 3 freshmen. As Burks checks in, Wagner shot doesn't go. Enoch Wachi comes away with a rebound. Mahi with it. Enoch sets the screen, he'll roll. Started at Arizona State, he's transferring to Fresno State. Joel Brown with the runner, and it's good. That's a tough shot.
Very tough shot, moving at that speed, but Joel Brown has that ability offensively to do those things.
3-point attempt that doesn't go. And Wachi comes in with a rebound. Wachi got a handoff for Warnholtz. Warnholtz went to Carleton University. In 3 national title games in U Sport, he averaged better than 28 points. Clock down, Enoch jumper doesn't go, and DJ Wagner handles it. Wagner ahead now to Burks. Jordan Burks, a freshman from Decatur, Alabama, sends it to Wagner, who'll get it back.
Canada doing a nice job getting back on defense, playing their zone, more of a matchup zone.
Wagner's shot doesn't go. Edwards, he was great on the glass yesterday. Another opportunity here, and it pops out. And Wachi comes away with it.
Once again, I do feel like Edwards can impact the game different ways, not just shooting the basketball, but just concentrate. You got to break the angle. Brown has to break the angle when you entry on those entry passes.
Trey Mitchell comes away with it. 1:35 remaining here in this first quarter. Burks on the handoff. Edwards back up top to Wagner. 5 on the shot clock. Mitchell, he's cut by Reeves. First shot doesn't go. Mahi to Brown. Brown. And that pass knocked away. Tough. And trying to make a pass like that and tight quarters.
No doubt about it. When you're that close, when you're in that paint, either you're shooting the ball or you're kicking it out, right? It's very tough. It's a low percentage of success when you're making those short shuffle passes. Too many arms, too many bodies.
Kennedy checks back in. Malicic is also in with Brown, Telfort, and Warnholtz. As we head to the minute mark here in this first quarter, DJ Wagner in the corner. Fierro. Kennedy comes away with a rebound.
It looked like Fierro had an opportunity to go all the way to the right hand, but he stopped and popped, made it a tougher shot.
Warnholtz, and he's fouled. Edwards commits the foul, and Canada is contending that Warnholtz was drifting left, but yet shooting back right. Officials are going to come together and have a conversation. Nate Mitchell is saying that he believes it should be free throws coming up, that he was in the act of shooting. The Canadian captain, Thomas Kennedy, comes over.
Breaking the defense down, changing direction, getting in that paint. He was facing the rim. He might have been going off of 1 foot, but it was an opportunity to look like he was shooting the basketball.
Yeah. And they're saying side out of bounds. Brown sends it to Kennedy, flips it back over to Brown, attacking, and a foul. And he's going to be charged to TK. Thomas Kennedy, that's going to be his first. 21-16.
And this Canada team, they're going to challenge this young Kentucky team. As you see him doing a different look, trying to confuse them a bit. Now they're in the 2-3 zone.
Wildcats scoreless over the last 3 minutes. Corner three, Wagner. That ends the drought. 8-point game.
But Matt, when you have hoopers, you can do a lot. These guys at a young age, they play a lot of basketball, a lot of intense situations, a lot of things on the line. So they're not going to succumb to pressure.
Warnholtz fires a three, doesn't go. And that's going to end the opening quarter of this round robin day 2 matchup between USA and Canada.
And just intensity at its finest. Pushing the ball up and down the floor. Both teams, Kentucky getting out, making shots. Reeves, you see DeJuan Wagner right now, hit a three-pointer. Good job by Kentucky coming out, handling the pressure.
USA over Canada as we send it over to Savannah Hamilton. Savannah?
Matt, beside me is New York Knicks guard RJ Barrett. RJ, good to see you out. It's safe to say that you're not cheering for Kentucky right now as a Duke alumni.
No, not at all.
How has the offseason so far been treating you?
It's been fun, you know, just working hard and then hanging out with my friends and family.
Love that for you. And now there was a big announcement today. Of course, the FIBA World Champion training camp roster. Your name was on it. Jamal Murray's name was on it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and a number of NBA talent was on that. Why do you think that is?
You know, I just think dedication and just wanting to, you know, put Canada on the map and get back to the Olympics. So, you know, we're dedicated to this thing.
Now, of course, you're very invested into the Canadian national program. Of course, your dad's very invested with his position. But, you know, when you see Global Jam and events like this, how much does it speak to the growth of basketball for young talent coming up?
Oh, man, it's amazing. You know, I wish, you know, we had stuff like this when I was growing up. Just, you know, an event, just it brings everybody together. You know, so many people that I've known from a long time in here, and just a great opportunity for, you know, guys to showcase their talent, you know, against good competition. So this is an amazing event.
Well, I'm glad that you're here. Thanks for supporting. I'll let you watch the rest of the game.
Thank you.
Always great to see RJ Barrett, and his game continues to grow. Had a tremendous season with the New York Knicks, and he said the dedication, there's Fierro with a slam dunk, the dedication to Canada basketball, and Rowan Barrett, the job that he has done has been tremendous, along with Michael Bartlett, the president and CEO, and the former head coach for Team Canada, as Tynes throws it away. Nick Nurse and Jordi Fernandez will now be the head coach, has FIBA experience with Spain And Rowan Barrett, he's just done an outstanding job. And you think about the growth of the game of basketball. And back to Sherman Hamilton playing for Canada in the Olympics, and Rowan Barrett as well played at St. John's. And would they want to try to accomplish putting Canada back on the international scene, the global scene? And they have certainly the talent to do it, and a couple of them went to Kentucky in Shea and Jamal.
Very talented roster. Just
Edwards on the inside.
Getting it all together as your point. Trying to bring that feeling of winning and just tradition and commitment back to Canada. And they have the talent.
Patterson on the inside, Thiero, and a foul is going to be charged to Kennedy, and that's going to be his second, I believe, with 8:49 left here in the first half.
And I like Thiero. He's fearless, going to the rack hard. Play prior to that, going up with two hands strong. We saw him in the past, going through defenders, still finishing at the rim. His ability to offensive rebound. He's one of those guys that's going to be critical for this team's success this upcoming season. Has a lot to offer.
Go back to last season for Thiero, played in 20 games, averaged just over 2 points, 9.5 minutes a game, a sophomore. So a veteran on this team, along with Trey Mitchell and Antonio Reeves.
It's funny you hear you say
Shea right there. Look, Coach Cal, he's talking to Shea. It's like, who are you rooting for tonight? Kentucky or Canada? They're feeling might be the red and white. Gilgeous Alexander mentioned this yesterday as Telford knocks it down. The Oklahoma City Thunder point guard. People like to throw around franchise players. He's a true franchise player. He elevates any group of players he's on the floor with. Sheppard now over to Edwards. The three doesn't go.
Moving the basketball around, trying to find his shot. Can't quite find a shot, but things will pick up because he's a pretty good shooter.
Battling for it, tied up. Owusu Anani with 8:01 left here in the first half. And it's going to be possession for Canada. Kellen Tynes to inbound it. And taken away by Edwards. Edwards attacking. Shot doesn't go. Edwards with the rebound and a foul. And Coach Cal really appreciates the effort of his team right now. Talking to him prior to the start of the game, talked about, hey, look at, trust each other, play with each other, move it.
Edwards getting out in the break, helping himself. When your shot's not going, once again, we talked about Sheppard doing the other things. And that was a good read on that inbound play. It was a wide open opportunity for Canada, but Edwards took it away by reading the play.
7 turnovers now for Canada. And a 10-point lead, the largest. Edwards back at the free throw line. Patterson with the rebound. Patterson driving, and great dish underneath. And the foul draws the double. And Owusu Anani on the inside.
And way to avoid the charge as well. Break your defender down, gets there. Kentucky doing a good job of helping, but he avoided the charge and got the dish to get an and one.
Edwards picks up his second. Owusu Anani, the captain at Brown University, plays in the Ivy League. Malatic will check out. Mahi in.
Canada want to make sure they can take care of the basketball. Kentucky will try to get and cause turnovers and get easy opportunities to get out in transition. So as long as Canada take care of basketball, they give themselves a good shot of staying and winning this ball game.
Three-point attempt doesn't go for Mitchell, and a rebound for Patterson. 7-point game, and that pass sails over the fingertips of Owusu Anani.
That's a tough play. Trying to get an inbounds play or over top play from half court.
Sheppard. Wagner now over to Thiero. Edwards. Wagner cut off. Sheppard driving. Shot short. And it's going to be Canada basketball. So Canada down by 7. Timeout on the floor with Kentucky up 31-24 here at the Mattamy Athletic Center. And of course, now one of the great players in the NBA, and he's here this evening. Average better than 31 points.
He's a tough basketball player. His change of speed. Got a chance to watch him work out with Sam Cassell early on in his Clippers career. His career is bright.
It's happening.
It's happening right in front of our eyes. Just getting in a winning situation. Not many people expected much out of OKC this year, but they were very competitive. They gave themselves a chance.
Reeves, the three doesn't go. Mahi with the rebound. Jamal McGlure played for Kentucky from 96 through 2000. Blachi.
What a pass in transition. Right off the dribble, finding the big, running the floor, finishing with a two-hand flush.
Played for Tubby Smith at Kentucky, and they won the 1998 NCAA title. Whistle and a foul, 31-26. USA with a 5-point lead.
And this is where you want to get the ball down low. That was a little bit over top. Opposed to the pass from half court, that was more of an opportunity for the player to get his hands on the ball and finish.
Edwards knocks it down.
He has
back to 8.
He has a smooth stroke. It hasn't been flowing since he's been in Canada, but he has the ability to do other things, and that stroke will come. One of the things for young players, Matt, when you go into college from high school, is adjust your shot to the speed of the game. The shot doesn't come right away, as you see, going to the rack. Hard. Thiero finishing strong as he does.
Thiero with the slam dunk. Edwards has been impressive. The rebounding, defensively. The lane. Maletic getting his shot off. And it doesn't go. 10-point deficit. Warnholtz cuts off Wagner. There's Mitchell back up top to Thiero. Thiero. Wagner with it, turns the corner, attacking. And his pass knocked away by Mahi, but scooped up, and there's Edwards. Knocks it down, largest lead for Kentucky. It's an 8-0 run.
And ball picked up. Edwards in the right place at the right time.
Justin Edwards has made 2, and Reed Sheppard 2. With 4:42 remaining here in the first half, what do you want to see from Canada as they take care of some house cleaning there along the end line of the baseline? What do you want to see from Canada here over the course of the final 4:42?
They just have to withstand the storm. Kentucky's in a good rhythm. They have to continue switching up their defense. I thought they did a good job of playing a little bit of zone, but Kentucky's just responding, and the biggest response is they're making shots. So you can't get discouraged. You got to still stick to the game plan. Do not turn the basketball over, and just start executing on his offensive end.
Kentucky shooting 52% from the field. Kennedy up top, sends it to Mahi. Elijah Mahi in the paint, and he knocks it down.
Mahi's doing a nice job of getting in the paint, looking for his shot, being strong, being one of the players offensively that's looking for his shot and being definitive.
Can play. Here's Reeves attacking, and Kennedy comes away with it. Mahi quickly into the front court. Has Reed on him. Pulls up. Jumper too strong. And Fierro comes down with a rebound. Sheppard along with Mitchell, Reeves, Fierro, and DJ Wagner. Sheppard turns, fires, and a foul on the Warnholtz.
And I was just about to say, Warnholtz is playing great defense. That time he stumbled a little bit into Sheppard shooting a three, but he's staying in front. I watched him yesterday. He gets in his stance. He does a nice job. Just a little too aggressive. But I'll take him being aggressive than being passive any day. But I like his defensive ability.
Sheppard misses the first. 11-point deficit. Scott Morrison is providing some instruction to Team Canada. And Morrison was the G League head coach for Utah last season. Be on the bench with the Utah Jazz. He's a head coach of the Maine Red Claws in the G League, and Nate Mitchell was his assistant. Now Nate Mitchell, the head coach for this team, and Scott Morrison, his assistant. Mahi to Kennedy with the vicious throwdown high in the air.
What a catch and finish. TK's here. It's about his business.
Sheppard. I know yesterday you called him a glue guy. It may be super glue.
Hey, whatever it is, I'll take it, as long as he's keep it together. That's what I'll do.
He just showed you some super glue.
Yeah, that's what I want. I'll take it.
Kennedy, the high-low feed, and a foul. TK, rack it up.
Pushing the ball. Ignore the fact that he grabbed the rim with his left hand.
What happened?
I don't know. I'm ignore it. Didn't have any impact on the play.
Kennedy with the throwdown. 3:04 left here in the first half. Warnholtz. And wanted some movement, and you knew that was going to lead to that. It was stagnant. DJ Wagner. And they're going to call no basket and a turnover.
But you got to make that pass right away. But I'm going to tell you what happened. Prior to that play right there, Warnholtz, he had the same opportunity, but Justin Edwards stole that pass, so he's a little hesitant. Once that's gone, you got 1 second to execute. If not, you got to go to plan B.
So Nani swings it. Here's Telfort. And the pass denied. Sheppard. Sheppard to the iron with a slam dunk. Mr. Basketball in Kentucky, the freshman Reed Sheppard.
Looking like his daddy. Number 15 flying down the rim like that. Same bounce. But once again, impacting the game more than shooting. You see he uses that inside hand. Don't jump with me. Too late.
10 turnovers for Canada. Warnholtz sends it to Patterson. Patterson on the inside. Lays it up and through with a left.
Nice move by Patterson. No hesitation with the left. Finishing with the left.
Wagner. Sends it over to Mitchell. Guarded by Telfort. Here's Reeves. Telfort denies Mitchell. And here's Telfort with the steal. 2 minutes left in the first half. Canada looking to make a push, deflected. Mahi scoops it up in the paint. Mahi with the reverse and a nice touch over the shoulder. Timeout by Kentucky. 45-34, 11-point lead for the Wildcats. Mahi. Impressive move. He's got 8 points. Canada trying to trim this Kentucky lead.
Absolutely magisterial here.
The American Cancer Society's Hope Lodge communities offer a free home away from home, closer to cancer care. People are meant to be together. Learn more to help keep it that way.
The crop of Blue Jays All-Stars are back in action tomorrow night as they welcome back a familiar face in Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Coverage begins with the Blue Jays, with Blue Jays Central at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific on Sportsnet. And stream every moment live on Sportsnet now. Tomorrow, no game scheduled for GLOBL Jam, and then round-robin action continues on Saturday. And top 2 teams in the men's division will meet on Sunday, as well as the top 2 for the women's will meet on Sunday for gold. Sheppard gets it back from Mitchell. 1:45 left here in the first half. Wagner.
See Canada back in the matchup zone. Started with a full court press, looking for a trap.
They handled it well.
They definitely did. And it started with Reeves Sheppard not taking the ball over in that trap spot, keeping it in the backcourt, passing it across court, and then just executing. Good execution by the Kentucky Wildcats.
Burks with the steal. He just had the bucket. Now Burks looking to take off. And an offensive foul on Jordan Burks as Warnholtz takes the charge. That's going to be Burks' first.
He has to make that pass. You know, you have this is a 2-on-1 break you have for yourself. Boom. It's a pass with DJ Wagner on the other side. But you got to give credit to Canada getting back. Warnholtz taking that charge.
Patterson has it taken away. Wagner kicks it. Reeves driving end line, leaves it for Burks. Kennedy and Burks battling for it. Kentucky comes away with it. They'll find Sheppard. That shot is short, and Warnholtz with it.
I just love Kentucky, how they sharing the basketball, swinging the basketball.
Kennedy, no basket. Foul on the floor. And an area right in front of the bench of Canada, extremely wet. Maletich actually slipped on it as he got up to enter the game. So a little bit of extra work there in front of where the players are sitting for Canada. 43.1 seconds left here in this first half. 5-second violation.
My man Warnholtz is he's really hesitant on the inbounds plays. It's a couple opportunities.
Two turnovers now.
I remember I had a situation like that, and Butch Carter was my coach, and he put me in a game after sitting on the bench. And he said, hey, all I'm asking you to do is not to turn the ball over.
And what'd you do?
I didn't turn. I almost got a 5-second violation, called the timeout, but I was so nervous to inbound that ball.
Reeves with range, shot doesn't go. Warnholtz with a rebound. Warnholtz, 5 seconds difference, game clock, shot clock, and it's going to be Canada basketball.
And this Kentucky team is sneaky defense. They have sneaky defense. As soon as you think you have a gap or you have an opportunity, they're using their hands and they're using their length to deflect or knock the ball out.
Warnholtz sends it to Telfort. Maletich has it denied by Sheppard. Sheppard to the iron once again.
Can this kid play?
Great anticipation. He has been outstanding here in the first half with 12 points. Top scorer in the game. Mahi, off-balance shot. First half comes to an end, and 18-8 run to end the half for Kentucky. 49-34. Kentucky leads Canada.
And Reeves Sheppard, once again, we've been talking about him past 2 days. He's doing everything else. And today, guess what? He gets to start and his offense is flowing. So he's doing more and more things to give him opportunities to be on this court to lead this Wildcat team up by 15.
Danielle and Sherm after this. Halftime from the Mattamy Athletics. Disruptive. He's knocked down a couple of threes, a couple of dunks, and he has 12 points. And he leads the way. And Justin Edwards coming off of the bench with 9. Antonio Reeves with 9. Fierro with 6. And Rob Dillingham with 4. Here's Sheppard. Sends it back outside. Dillingham with a jumper. Doesn't go. And Kennedy with a rebound.
Kentucky's very aggressive. Trying to pass the ball. Dillingham likes to find a shot, getting that mid-range. How is Canada going to respond in this second half?
And knocked away.
And that's a tough pass, right? That's a tough pass when somebody's baseline cutting, trying to get that post position. It's all about timing, and it's all about on time and on target.
9:22 to go here in the third. Dillingham off of the window.
Just blow by speed. He can get to where you want to get to on the floor. Pick the spot nicely.
Times. Dillingham. Here's the arrow. Sheppard. Dillingham. Patterson diving for it. Still scrapping for it, and a jump ball finally called.
And that's what I'm talking about, Matt. Patterson setting the tone, diving on the floor, not letting anyone to take the ball. Check out this hustle. Stop the ball. Get over, get on the floor. Will not be denied. Grabs the ball. You like that hustle. Once again, trying to set the tone for this Canada team. You know they're going to play hard, but sometimes you need a spark. Patterson doing a nice job there.
Kentucky up 51-34 with 8:44 to go here in the third. Telfort inbounds it to Tynes. Mahi with it. Kennedy up top. Telfort guarded by Fierro. Here's Kellen Tynes under 10 of the shot clock. Mahi has been the top scorer for Canada. Backing in. Clock down. Patterson makes a move. And a turnover. Disjointed. Kentucky defensively has been sharp.
They've been very sharp, keeping this Canada team off balance, not quite knowing where their shots are going to come from, not having the ball in the right people's hands at the right time. Have to get in rhythm.
Fierro up top to Reeves. Here's Dillingham. Crossover. Tynes staying with them. Dillingham, the help comes. Fierro saves it. But he's out of bounds, and they're going to say that it's Canada basketball.
If you're watching this game, you've noticed the past 2 or 3 possessions, this ball been on the right side for most of the possession. You got to get ball reversals, you got to get touches, and then come back on the second and third side and attack. That's how you catch the defense slipping.
Kennedy A great look underneath, a sharp pass to Patterson.
What a pass by Kennedy. He's somebody that if your point guards or your guards are struggling a bit, you could put the ball in his hand. He could be a decision maker, and he could deliver the ball also.
Telford with the steal. And a foul's going to be charged at Dillingham. Dillingham picks up the foul, and that's going to be his third. With 7:31 to go, Wagner's going to check in for Dillingham. Kentucky up by 15. Canada has not shot the three well. Here's Tynes on the drive, shot no, batted away, scooped up. Patterson in the paint, leaves it for Kennedy, swatted away, and then Patterson, tenacity, and he finishes.
And they're staying with it, Matty. They're making sure they're not giving up on plays, loose balls. They're going after it. And that time they got into the rhythm. And you see Sheppard knock down a nice jump shot, moving to his right.
15-point lead. 6:45 left in the third. Telford trying to make a move on Thiero. Knocked away. Sheppard once again. Here's Reed Sheppard. The pass to Reeves. And Kentucky's up 55-38.
And again, we've said it. He can play. Instincts on defense. The feel on offense. What a play and delivery.
24-12. The run. Patterson with the three. (55-41). Thiero. And a foul's going to be charged to Tynes with 6:02 to go. Here, third quarter action. 55-41. Kentucky, 14 points. Been the top scorer in the game. As we mentioned, his father Jeff, you played against his dad Jeff Sheppard when he played for Kentucky. His mother played for the University of Kentucky as well. Here's Wagner. Kennedy with the stop. Mahi. Here's Telford and the feed in the post. Kennedy, and digging in is Sheppard, and there's going to be a foul. And the foul is going to be charged to Sheppard in this 14-point game with Kentucky on top.
And once again, Sheppard fighting again, going against TK, giving up height, but still battling. As soon as TK brought the ball down, he was there to try to steal it.
Warren Holtz, 3. 2 for 10 from three-point range. Mahi, the offensive rebound and the putback.
Mahi is definitely putting a print on this game with his energy and just effort. That time crashing the offensive glass.
First player outside of Patterson that has scored for Canada here in the third. Reeves gives it up. Thiero, a 3 for Kentucky. Doesn't go, and Warren Holtz with the rebound.
I believe Canada still has a run in them. As long as they stay solid on defense and take good shots and take care of the basketball.
Mahi stripped. Loose ball. Telford comes away with it and then loses it. Sheppard, DJ Wagner. Wagner making a move on the inside, and Thiero, the bucket and the foul.
Kentucky showing the hustle, not giving up, getting that loose ball, chasing it down. Bodies on the floor. Good job by DJ Wagner chasing it down. Thiero finishing the play with another and one opportunity. This Kentucky team is scrappy. It's not a lot of times you see young teams be so scrappy. They have energy, but they're scrappy with purpose. And it's very effective for them.
Warren Holtz. Kennedy. Here's TK with the scoop shot. Mahi powers his way in. Elijah Mahi 6'6", 235. Extremely versatile. Reeves. And Mahi slips, and Reeves gets by. Kentucky up by 15. Mahi backs in, doubled, finds Warnholtz. Warnholtz cut off, and the pass knocked away. Here's Mahi, clock down to 4. Mahi, tough angle, doesn't go. Mitchell with it.
Good defense again by Kentucky. It's coming together for them in a short time.
Trey Mitchell unable to connect.
You hear
Still right.
I'm sorry, you hear Coach Cal talk about the team not being together for that long and his new faces. When they start getting some practice time and some chemistry and some cohesiveness.
As well as their bigs back. Oh, Reeves lays it up and through.
Get 2 7-footers back.
Yenso and Aaron Bradshaw. Bradshaw did not make the trip because of foot surgery. Yenso, pardon me, he was injured during the pre-tournament exhibition. Down on Yenso. Here's Mitchell with it. Sheppard. Kentucky up by 17. They haven't pressed. Mitchell and a foul. Foul's going to be charged to Owusu Anani. Timing on the floor. Kentucky up by 17 with 2:55 to go in the third. Alexander here tonight, and Nikhil. Minnesota Timberwolves, Virginia Tech product. He has continued to improve his game in his 6 seasons in the NBA, and always great to see year in and year out basis his game continue to grow.
He's not bashful. He will shoot the rock. He will get that ball in his hands and he will look to attack. Likes to score the rock. Very talented player, as you mentioned.
Spent time with New Orleans, Utah Jazz, and now Minnesota. 64-45. 2:49 to go. Aaron Rooms comes to the table. We'll check in next opportunity. It has been all Kentucky. The Canadian offense here in the third quarter just has not been able to have any sort of efficiency or productivity as Kennedy is able to put it back up and in.
You got to give credit to this Kentucky Wildcat team. Defensively, they have been very solid. We've looked at them pressing, but they're not pressing as much. They're just sticking to the principles, and they're playing hard.
Patterson going for the steal. Sheppard comes away with it. Here's a deep three. Doesn't go for Wagner. Thiero on the offensive glass, and the putback is good.
And you look at that, and Reed Sheppard saved the fast break by having a nose for the ball, hustling, getting that loose ball, and not allowing Canada to get out on a fast break.
Patterson. And it's kicked away. It's going to be Canada basketball as Burks checks in for Kentucky with 1:49 to go. Canada 3 of 11 here in this quarter, 1 of 5 from 3 in the third. Patterson clocked down. It's going to be a shot clock violation.
A lot of one-on-one, not knowing the situation with the shot clock. You heard the bench yelling down the time, but that's one of those things where you can't do against this team, this Wildcat team. Already 18 turnovers.
18. Here's Edwards. He's made 2 threes. That 3 doesn't go. Wachi comes away with a rebound. And Brown gets it to Patterson. Patterson attacking, trying to go one-on-one.
Once again, we talked about how solid this team is playing defensively. You're not going to be able to do that, especially with the length and athleticism of this Kentucky Wildcats team. Got to pass the ball. They're young, so you got to set them up with screens. You got to move. You got to have them make multiple efforts, because as a young player, you just don't know how to play defense that well. On the ball, yeah. Off the ball, no.
Malicic unable to connect. He's a sharpshooter, but he's just been unable to connect tonight. 1 for 8 from the field, 0 for 6 from 3. 66-47 Kentucky. And Mitchell on the inside. Great Mitchell. And the lead grows, the largest of the night. A dominant third quarter. And remember, with the ball on the rim, FIBA rules, you can have at it. And Wachi comes away with a bucket.
I wish I would have played with FIBA rules. I've been all over that rim, Matt. I'm touching that rim all over the place.
Edwards disrupts it, but Kennedy is able to get it across. Malicic. Wachi with an up fake. In a crowd and knocked away. Physicality. Here's Edwards, denied by Kennedy. Great hustle getting back. Here's Brown, and a tough pass behind Wachi.
It's just helter-skelter, but if I'm Brown, I'm putting that ball up on the glass and letting the bigs crash it. But check out Kennedy's hustle. You think he has something easy? Kennedy is very similar to Reeves Sheppard, as you see DJ Wagner pull up with 3. He start knocking that shot off consistently. It's going to be a problem for everyone in the nation.
71-49, all Kentucky here on this Thursday night. The Wildcats here in Toronto. Day 2, round robin action of GLOBL Jam 2023. Running away with it. Fourth quarter coming up.
Canada's just, it's hard for them to find their rhythm. It's hard for them to find anything going on the offensive end. And defensively, Kentucky's just on another level.
Yep. Points off of turnovers, 17 for Kentucky. Wagner up top. I'm talking to Coach Cal prior to the start of the game. And he just said, hey, look, I want them to just play together. You know, let them play, be in control of the situation, and from an offensive standpoint. And when a team is willing to share, as Kentucky has been through the first 2 games that we watched, good things happen because the talent is there.
Yeah.
And then you add in, you know, Justin Edwards, you know, who does, as you mentioned yesterday, and you've seen it today, right? Rebounds and a lot of little things. And then the play of Reed Sheppard with the 2 veterans, and Mitchell and also Reeves. Been impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. Having young players, and I like Coach Cal's approach of not having them think so much. Play basketball with a free mind, an open mind, and not be robots. He wanted them to play random style basketball, pass, move, cut, drive, share the ball, and then let the game take care from there. But a lot of coaches, they have everything programmed, and it hurts sometimes the players, having them stressed out.
TK with the clock down, and another tremendous defensive stand by Kentucky. You saw Ugana Onyenso on the bench with a boot and a whistle and a foul. Wachi's going to get called for the foul, and that's Edwards, extremely active.
That's what he can do, and I love to see him do that, not force the shot. Once again, the college game, the speed is so much faster than high school and anything else you're used to, especially as a freshman. So when you're trying to get shots off, or you're trying to do things you normally do in high school on the offensive end, it's not as an easy transition. So he can do a lot of other things, rebounding the basketball, playing defense, sharing, and then everything else will come to him.
The Keg, proud partner of Canada Basketball and GLOBL Jam.
73-49 with 8:45 to go here in the fourth. And send it over to Savannah Hamilton, who is joined by one of the greats in the NBA, and he's got a long career in front of him, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Savannah?
Thanks, Matt. Shai, first things first, happy belated birthday to you.
Appreciate it.
Going into this, I got to ask, you must have been a little bit torn. Team Canada or Kentucky?
Team Canada.
Good. There you go. Good answer. Safe one. But what was it like to play for Coach Cal on Team Kentucky before?
Yeah, changed the course of my career. You have to fight for everything you want to get, especially with so much talent around you. And you learn that from day one. It's so competitive in that gym, and you really get better every day. And I found myself getting better every day in that gym, and I got to my ultimate goal.
Now you've also gotten better even over the years in your NBA career as well. What do you attribute that to? Because, you know, as Matt said, you're a growing star and, you know, one of the best scorers in the NBA currently.
Yeah, just work ethic. Have the right people around me, teach me the right things. And I think my willingness and urge to learn. I'm never satisfied with where I am, and I want to get better.
And now, of course, the FIBA World Cup training camp roster came out. We saw your name alongside some other NBA player names there. What went into that decision of going to training camp for this one?
Honestly, just representing my country. Obviously done so much for me. Born and raised here, obviously. And then the organization is so fun to play for. They do things the right way. And also the guys that I've created a little bit of a bond with over the past couple of summers that'll be playing on the team as well. It'll be a blast.
And then finally, I got to ask, how important is GLOBL Jam and having the young talent develop? Because we keep on seeing growing numbers in the NBA as well for Canadian talent.
Yeah, everything starts somewhere. And it starts with the kids, and the kids see that you can play on this level more. They believe more. More of them go to the basketball nets outside. More of them work out. Then, as a result of it, more of them are better and get to the NBA and do special things with the game. I think the guys in the NBA now, myself, Jamal, my cousin, RJ, just to name a few, we're products of that, just believing. And I think all of us want to be role models for the kids, and we're heading in the right direction for sure.
Absolutely, and Canada's very proud of you.
Appreciate it.
All right, take care, man.
You too.
Matt?
Always great to see him play, and he is just an outstanding, not only player, but person, and I mentioned a franchise player. I mean, he is somebody that makes those around him so much better as that three-pointer is good. And what he said about Coach Cal, it's what Coach Cal talks about on a daily basis. If you talk to him, just about you come in, it's competitive, and you got to play for it. And if you do, good things will happen. And you think about all the NBA players that have come through Coach Cal at Kentucky. And Shai is one of the best.
Well, I know he better not.
And a slam dunk and a timeout.
He better not have such a long thought process to say Kentucky or Canada. He was only in Kentucky for 3 weeks.
No,
Born in Canada.
No. It was a few months.
3 months.
Well, you know, it's as he said, right? Coach Cal changed his career.
Life-changing, yeah.
Yes.
He's supposed to say that.
Yeah.
He loves my guy, Reeves Sheppard. Notice I said my guy. He gets the steal, but that two-hand bounce pass splits the seams. Dribbling down right there. Boom, right before you even see Reeves in the picture. Read the Reeves. You might hear that a lot this season, Wildcat fans.
78-51 on Kentucky here. You know, something in this short tournament for Canada tomorrow. No games, right? You take a look at this, where you want to improve, where you want to go to next. Telfort, corner three. And there hasn't been many of those. That's only their third made three. They're 3 for 16 here this evening.
I think you have to be deliberate with your offense. You see Edwards knock down a 3 of his own. But if you're Canada, continue to be deliberate. You know you have the competitive spirit. You have the defensive ability. Now you want to keep sharing the ball, executing your offense, and find out where your strengths are and just exploit those strengths.
Adam Page on the inside with the bucket. Here's Dillingham. Gives it up here with Wagner attacking. Back up top to Dillingham. Shot clock at 10. Edwards to 3 doesn't go, and it's going to be Canada basketball with Kentucky up 81-56. An impressive showing for Kentucky here as Antonio Reeves checks in.
I just like how they're versatile. They have players, multiple players that can do similar things. And then, as you mentioned, Matt, they're missing their 2 big men. And when their 2 big men come, I think they become an elite defensive team.
You know, coming up on Saturday for Kentucky, they're going to play BAL Select, team from Africa. It is going to be an extremely difficult game for BAL Select. We had an opportunity to see them yesterday against Team Canada. Canada will play Germany Saturday night at 8 o'clock as Reeves knocks down that jumper. The BAL Select game against Kentucky, that's at 1:30. Maletich with it. Telfort. Be interesting to see on Saturday as that game goes on with Kentucky and BAL Select. You know, what Coach Cal decides to do, he's using a lot of players right now, right? So here is the schedule for us on Saturday. We look forward to that. Rooms is going to check in.
All of these opportunities for Coach Kyle and his coaching staff to continue to grow these players. Every situation is a different situation for them. It's a new opportunity, and you just continue to mold this team into the gym that you want them to be. And I think there's a lot of opportunity, especially at GLOBL Jam. You're playing against different teams. You're playing against older players, experienced players. It's a great opportunity for the young guys.
You know, the thing that you like about Kentucky is their ability. They're going to be able to play multiple styles.
Yes.
And when they get their 2 bigs back, and you think about, you know, 3-guard look with 2 bigs, and you have the wing, the size there. You know, ultimately, you know, with Mitchell, you know, at 6'9", you can play a little bit smaller with what we've seen here, and then Fierro at 6'6". It's been impressive. And Dillingham, tough angle that doesn't go.
And once again, I like Fierro. I like his energy. I like his approach. I like his toughness. And you have that as well. You have athleticism. You have toughness. You have smarts.
Burks on the inside.
And with all that, the biggest thing is togetherness. Yeah. Everyone has to buy into it. I know you think of Kentucky, you think of an NBA farm system, but you have to believe in what the team needs to do to accomplish a championship and to have success.
Yeah, look, you've seen that here early on, right? There's nobody that's not sharing it, right? And Kentucky up 85-60 with 3:49 to go. Tynes to inbound it. And if you're Canada, it's something to learn from, and then you take on Germany on Saturday, and then you hope for a rematch on Sunday against Kentucky for the gold medal game.
That should be a good game against Germany. It's going to be a good test as well. Germany's a good team.
Burks gives it up to Edwards. Using clock, Dillingham. Dillingham, the 3. He has struggled shooting from the field. Telfort gonna muscle his way in, and he does. Jamil Telfort.
Using that strong body, going through the defender, still finishing on the left side with the right hand.
Dillingham over to Thiero. Thiero on a handoff for Reeves. Reeves in the paint. And Adam Page with a rebound. And Nathan Mitchell trying to get his team to get out, get into the front court, taking advantage of the team and transition. But Kentucky, a good job getting back. Mahi, shot altered. 2:30 to go. Reeves comes away with it. Lead pass, Edwards finds Burke, slam dunk. Kentucky up 87-64.
And good pass by Edwards. There's been a couple plays where he would have taken that himself and have a tough offensive play, but he got it out of his hands to his teammate.
Count it, and the foul. All Kentucky here on a Thursday night. 87-66 from the Mattamy Athletic Center. Kentucky 87-66. They'll take on Gordy Herbert, who played for the Canadian national team, in Team Germany on Saturday. And Saturday is going to be Kentucky against BAL Select at 1:30. And we'll have that for you on Sportsnet 1. Under 2 minutes left here. A great crowd on hand. So many Kentucky fans making the trip here from Lexington. And Reeves drains the three. And they certainly have to be happy with what they have seen a season ago. They lost in the second round to Kansas State. 17 points for Reeves. Entry pass to Rooms, and Aaron Rooms is fouled.
Right, I think they are happy.
Yeah.
Get a chance, and you know, you talked to Bruiser Flint, and he said he liked early on the way the team actually shared the basketball. And once again, when you have a young team and you have a new team, a team with new faces, that's difficult.
Yep. And a lot of these players for all the teams haven't played that much together, right?
Yeah.
And you get together, look at BAL Select. That roster was changing over the last 48 hours. Entering the tournament. Page behind the back. Telfort for three. Doesn't go. Page unable to come away with a rebound. Burks leaves it up top. And Joey Hart seeing action here with 1:01 to go. On Saturday we'll see more Joey Hart against BAL Select.
What it is to be young, just come off the bench and throw me an alley-oop.
Here's the arrow. That shot doesn't go. Tynes with it. And Kentucky's going to come away with his victory, and they're going to be the lone remaining undefeated team through the first 2 days of round-robin action of GLOBL Jam 2023. Dillingham gives it up. Here's Reeves, the three, good, and another spectacular game for Antonio Reeves. He's got 20 points, had 24 yesterday. Coach Cal in conversation with Shea. And certainly pleased through the first two games in 92-67. Coach Cal and Shea continuing the conversation, and all smiles. 12.9 remaining here. And if you're Kentucky, this is exactly what you want to see against good competition that they faced yesterday. Germany today, Canada. Couldn't ask for anything better than that here on this trip that doesn't count as an international trip because they are representing the U.S. and That's going to do it. 92-69. Kentucky with the W over Canada.
Very impressive. 2 games. They've showed a lot. They showed different styles of defense. They made sure they were more disciplined. You can tell the communication is there, opposed to when they were playing against Germany. Very impressed by this young Kentucky team with a mixture of older guys, returning players, and young guys. And as you mentioned, wait till they get those bigs back.
Impressive. We'll see him again on Saturday. Tomorrow is a long day of rest. And USA, which is Kentucky, just defeating Canada, so they are 2-0. BAL Select 0-2. They'll see each other on Saturday. Canada now 1-1 and Germany 1-1, and so Saturday, that game is going to be pivotal. Saturday evening, whoever wins that's going to more than likely face Kentucky in the gold medal final. Coach Cal catching up with RJ Barrett here, and Nate Mitchell having a word with Coach Cal as well. And Thomas Kennedy has the Canadian team at midcourt with a few words there. And Kentucky comes away with an impressive victory. And Coach Cal and Shea still catching up post-game. And Deb Moore, who is the sports information director there as well. I think they're going to make some plans a little bit later on to maybe, you know, come see the team, say hi, there's a hug. All is good. Coach Cal now makes his way over to Savannah, and we send it there now.
Thanks, Matt. Coach, dominating win, of course. What do you like from what you're seeing your team come together now?
Low turnovers, unselfish play. I'll be honest, we have literally done very little defense. But I told him I got a really smart team, and I got a bunch of basketball players, not decathlon or volleyball. These dudes play basketball. And so I can open up the court and create space. And I don't have to run stuff to get a shot. We can play like my teams have always played. So we're having some fun.
Now, tomorrow's a rest day. Are you going to give them some rest, or is that a practice waiting?
We're practicing at Drake's.
Ah, okay. And then I just saw you.
He's on tour, so he's not going to be there.
There you go.
So, but we got some stuff we're going to do with our fans. We probably got 500 people here, so we'll do some stuff. We're not going to do anything crazy, but we will practice.
That's nice. And then finally, I got to ask, you were just chit-chatting with Shea Alexander, Coach Alexander, sorry. But what does he mean, and what does he represent in the NBA as a Kentucky product?
Well, I can tell you, his mom, Char, special lady. He's never changed. He is a super mega star. Hopefully the face, he and Jamal and Trey, 3 of my Canadian guys, the face of Canadian basketball. Let's go win a medal. Let's go win a medal. You need the other guys to play. Go do it.
Canadian fans will love that. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Matt.
All right, thanks so much, Savannah. Coach Cal's great. Kentucky wins it. Shea franchise. That's what I'm going to start calling him. And Coach Cal wants him to go get a medal in Paris.